GTA 5 is one of the most legendary games ever made. No other game so far has come close to the insane success and influence this game had and still has. Despite being 12 years old, it is constantly being talked about and people make a living making YouTube videos on it and often spreading fake bullshit. Even after GTA 6 releases, it's clear that GTA 5 will still be one of the most popular games on the planet. The atmosphere of GTA 5 is one of the most important aspects and what makes it feel different from other games. Exploring Los Santos genuinely feels like you're actually sightseeing a smaller version of Los Angeles, and the attention to details poured into this by the developers, as well as the faithful recreation of certain landmarks and neighborhoods, is simply insane. I love just walking around the city or even the desert, looking at all the cool details that are here, reading the billboards, and admiring the hard work that must have gone into creating something this large and complex. Los Santos never feels like a fake city, despite being a parody and despite this parody aspect being everywhere. GTA games have always been parody games, even GTA 4 or Vice City with their somewhat darker and more serious tones.
He was just the boy next door.
Hi, well, hello there, Danny. I didn't know it was hockey season.
Hey, can I borrow a knife?
A deadly curse, a deranged killer, a small town in tears. Knife After Dark, rated R for retarded.
But GTA 5 definitely went all in and dialed the humor and parody way up. And the crazy thing about this is that the parody that is here, which was relevant 12 years ago, is still relevant. Rockstar made fun and criticized things that they thought were either never going to happen because of how over the top the level of parody here is, or they actively mocked events and people that were already around for decades. But looking at current events and then also hearing ads from people like Jock Cranley talking proudly about how he will be a great governor of Los Santos by not caring about his voters.
Hi, I'm Jock Cranley, former Vinewood stuntman, actor, and now highly qualified candidate for governor. I hate immigrants, gays, the crippled. God, I really hate the crippled. I can't stand unions, cops, old ladies. The thing is, at least you know I'm a dick. Most people fall in love with a politician, and as soon as they are elected, they say, wow, this guy's an asshole. With me, you know from the beginning, I want to be your asshole. I used to be a stuntman and TV actor. I cannot understand policy at all. I need to reduce things to a really basic level. I'm perfect for higher office. Listen, the state of San Andreas is in big trouble. We've cared about people for far too long. I'm not extending a helping hand. I'm giving you all the finger. I will throttle the deficit just like I used to throttle bad guys. Vote for me, Jock Cranley.
This message paid for by Jock Cranley for governor.
Feels almost like it foretold the future. The current world is insane. We're literally living in a GTA type society that has been getting more and more unhinged as the years go on. This is another reason for why this game is still so relevant and will stay relevant for a very long time. Because of how well the world is designed and because of how many details there are, you rarely get bored of playing it. No matter where you go or where you look, there is always something interesting going on or some interesting visual landmark or event. Walking around the world, listening to the sound design makes you appreciate Los Santos even more, as it sounds like a living and breathing city, rather than just some set piece like it's the case in many other open world games. And it's wild to me that Rockstar managed to keep this consistent for over 20 years now, ever since GTA 3. You can argue about which GTA game is the best or which one has the best story, gameplay, etc., but you can't deny that so far, none of their GTA titles have flopped or received any major negative feedback from fans. They have always been consistent when it comes to quality and the work and details they put into these games. Even GTA 3, a really old title and probably one of the most important GTA games in terms of its influence on the series and the open world genre in general, still has a crap ton of Easter eggs and references to movies and TV shows, as well as distinct details such as different pedestrian models depending on the neighborhood or detailed storefronts. Obviously, by today's standards, that's nothing, but back when it came out, no other game did these things. And don't even get me started on Vice City, a game that I personally considered to not only be the best GTA game ever made in terms of atmosphere, soundtrack, and aesthetic, but also one of the most important games ever made. A game that single-handedly heavily influenced pop culture and is probably one of the main reasons for why even shows such as Stranger Things exist. There are thousands of little and big things that Rockstar Games focused on by trying to make these worlds lived in and believable. They are masters in this, and there are very few other games within the same genre that had this much love and attention poured into them. Anytime I start GTA 5, I know that I will have a great time playing it. It's a game that has very few restrictions and lets you almost do whatever you want. You can start a chase with the police, run amok and burn down half the city, fly planes into objects, and beat up anyone you like. Not to mention the insane freedom you feel by just existing in this world. I mean, you can go wherever you want and do whatever you want. You can even roleplay a serial killing taxi driver and knock out anyone who refuses to pay you some tip after your perfectly fine driving skills.
Someone out there. No one knows his name. No one knows his face. He strikes without cause, without mercy.
Honestly, role-playing a taxi driver here is a lot of fun. I recently started doing this just for fun and I was surprised how immersive this can be. Not to say that you'll actually feel like a taxi driver, but doing these small side missions lets you drive around the entire map. It brings you to places you might not have been before or simply haven't properly explored because the story doesn't take place there, which in turn makes you appreciate the world even more because you will first-hand experience and see all the cool details that Rockstar has poured into GTA 5. None of the areas in this game feel half-assed or like they have no reason to exist, and even the desert or empty fields feel like they have been filled out. It's amazing that after 12 years I can still find new things in this world. It still feels fresh and it takes a long time to actually get burnt out by it.
Entertainment?